emphasize you the importance of this PPDT. Sir has already brought out, without which the stage 1 will not go to stage 2. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Few things I will reiterate. Number 1, when you make a framework, writing properly, use your main character, gender, age and the mood. Okay? And number of people, circle it, the main character. And then visualize the picture properly, divide it, and then relate each part and make your own perception. And make a story. What led to the story? What is happening there? What is likely to happen there? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now identify the hero. Write down his credentials. Formulate your story mentally and see how best you can frame a story. The content level has to be commensurating with your qualifications, age, experience. That will only give me an indication. Are you aware of the surroundings or not? Or how do you organize the issues? How do you tackle them? How do you put it across in a systematic manner to resolve the issue? Okay, it has to be a positive story, remember that. Got it? No murder, rape, molestation, drugs, narcotics into your story. Don't bring them. It gives a negative feeling. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So avoid them. You don't have to overemphasize on the rewards too much. It should be commensurating with the efforts he has put in. Whatever story you make, it has to be logical, practical, convincing. Don't bring fantasy-oriented stories. We don't expect that to happen. Okay?
Yes,
be practical. What you go through every day's life, that's what we want. Okay? Now, once you write a story, this break will give you enough time to discuss with your friends. Sometimes you may get half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour also. Maybe a little more if more number of people are there, more number of batches. So that is the time. Don't spend that time for gossip or something else. Try and formulate your story in such a manner you should be able to put it across in this 1 minute time. You know the procedure is already been told to you in detail. I am not going into those details, but this 1 minute time is precious. How you put it across gives enough data to the assessor. 3 assessors are sitting here. They have experienced people. They will be able to make out whether you are fit enough to undergo this whole system of SSB. Do you have the potential to get selected? Even little bit chance is there. The benefit of doubt is generally given to the candidate. So, notwithstanding, your effort should be make sure you stand out in a group. When you narrate a story, let it be loud and clear. When you are looking at things, scan through the eyes, look at everyone and talk. When you address a particular gentleman, you can take the chest number or gentleman, is fine. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One by one, each one will get a chance of 1 minute time. Maybe a few seconds here and there. GTO may finish early or little later. Doesn't matter. The moment you finish, you say thank you. Next chap takes over automatically. When it comes to the end of it, last person, when he finishes his story, narration, then automatically you will start the discussion. GTO will not be telling you, you start the discussion. No need of that. You don't have to stand up or pinpoint, use your hand frequently, or don't have to be rude in your talk. Got to be polite, humble, give chance to the people who are, be considerate towards others. At the same time, be assertive. You don't have to dominate. At the same time, you have to be assertive. You understand assertive? Yeah. You got a point, you've got to put it across effectively. Otherwise it goes waste. Okay. Relevance is important for us. What you perceive, the story, structuring is important to us. What is the positive negativeness is important to us. How you organize the whole system is important to us. How do you resolve the issue is important to us. Got it? Okay, once you finish that, automatically the discussion will start. Discussion may take 15 to 20 minutes maximum. Most of the time they cut down the timing. That should not matter you. That's why I tell you, take the first chance to give out your point of view. For example, in case the story which he is narrated, the same story you have decided to tell. What happens? What do you do at that circumstances? How do you resolve this? You want to tell the same story or different?
We'll change.
Eh?
We'll change slightly.
If you can, do so. If you cannot, don't unnecessarily get worried about it. Change a little name here and there and then narrate it. At that time, you may get an idea, you may not get an idea. If you are good at it, do that. Otherwise, use little bit of modification and change it. What you are written, what you are discussing, you can make slight modifications, changes, no problem. Got it? Whatever you have written will come into force when three assessors are sitting. They feel, somebody feels is very good, somebody feels is useless. That time we see generally we see your written script and see how you have written, whether that storyline is okay or not, you identify the hero or not, how do you organize the whole system and resolve the issue. We see that. If it is matching, it is okay. If it is not matching also, if you are discussed well, if you are able to convince the group with your ideas, we put through. Because benefit is generally we give it to the candidate. Got it? As I said, number of people who are there also matters. Because each SSB has got 4 or 5 GTOs. 5 GTOs. A maximum 50 people at a time. So rest of them they feel little extra. That is notwithstanding, we don't do that too much, but certainly if you are somewhere in the borderline and more number of people are coming, first 50 will be taken, the rest of them may lose a chance. Let that not come. You got to display your capability. Highlight your strong points. Convince them with your point of view. If you cannot convince them, go with the group. That's fine. Try and moderate it if you can. In the discussion, if you can come to a consensus, very good. Try and do that. And after that, GTO is going to tell you, any one of you, selected by the group, can give out the group story, narration. Got it? When you are narrating, then you get up. And then address the assessors. Okay? Address the assessors. Sir, our group has come to a common consensus, this is what it is. And then narrate it. Not that you tell your own story there. It is the group which has decided what you have to convey. That is the story, you have to narrate it. God, most of the time we have seen the chap who whatever his storyline is there, his same thing is telling. That is not correct. Okay? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Please don't extend your hand too much. Don't block the other person. Don't come too forward. Sit straight. Your posture is very important to us. Modulation be there when you talk to make it more impressive and impactful. That's very important. Any other doubts in your mind you have in your mind still now? Anything you want to know at this stage also? It has been already, a lot of details have been covered. But from your side, if you still have something, once it's finished, we'll have a little break. That time we'll assess and then come back and give you the result together after that batch also. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Main character as Arjun of 22 years old with a mood of positive. My story is based on tuition class. Arjun is a village boy who pursuing his graduation in physics. During his graduation, he also made his pocket money by giving tuition class for village students in Sundays. In all Sundays, he took tuition for the village students and made his pocket money. And in the month of March, the village students had their public exams and all got passed in the exam. And also, the final year exam of Arjun has came and he also written the exam, and when the result came, he was the university topper. The villagers appreciated for his hard work and determination for his own activities and for the village students he did. Thank you.
Friends, in the picture I have seen a group of people sitting around a table and discussing. I have perceived many characters, but the main character of my story is a female of 24 years of age in a positive mood. Vandana is a young entrepreneur. She is working in a company where she has many employees under her. She notices that she needs to work upon and introduce new technologies in her workplace so that the team can work efficiently. Therefore, she calls up a meeting of all the heads of the department to discuss on what could be done to solve the issue. They come to a conclusion that there should be the introduction of new technologies such as AI in their computers, and also usage of latest advanced technologies should be used. Therefore, she implements it in her workplace and soon sees the company's profits has risen. She thanks and congratulates her employees towards their dedication towards the company. Thank you.
Friends, as I perceived from the image, there were 6 characters and the 3-character image was posted on our website. As I perceived the story action, there were 6 male characters of age around 24 to 26 years, and all the mood of the characters is positive. The story goes like this. Ram, who is an engineering graduate, just got placed from his company to a very reputed IT organization as an assistant manager. For his very first project, he was assisted by his subordinates to prepare a website on database management system. So all of them were discussing regarding the server to be selected, and as posted by the views from Ram, the best server was to select was XAMPP server, as it was bug free and easy to use. So all of them came to a conclusion to use the XAMPP server and incorporate it in their database management system. The same was recognized by the company as it was a very efficient system, and the same recognized and posted on the website of the company. Thank you.
Friends, action of my story is discussing about conducting the business day program. So the main character of my story is Sanju. She is a final year student and studying in a BCom in Mangalore University. So she decided to conduct the business day program. So she discussed with her friends and for their support and participation. So she did 2 groups, and she take the responsibility of the first group, and they took the permission from the principal for conducting the business day program, and she give the responsibility of the second group to inform the business day program to all the common students, and they conducted very successfully, invited the very popular businessmen in our village, and successfully they conducted. So they are very happy about their program, and they also motivated do more things,
and they got a good experience. Thank you.
Friends, from the picture I could see lots of people were sitting in there together. So I am going to pursue a character named Radha, who is 25 years old and she is in a positive mood. Radha, who completed her engineering and working in a private sector. So Radha and her friends were completed and they are working in a different sector. So they plan to visit a place. So it's been a long days, they haven't met each other. So they decided to get a party and to get each other. So there she get to know one of her friend was helpless. He is not in a job. So they were worried, they were start to worry about the friend who is in jobless. So Radha decided to get a job for his friend to secure a life, to give his a happy life. Thank you.
Friends, in the picture, I have pursued that there is a Alex with 27 years old and he is in a positive mood. He was preparing for an UPSC exam and in the preparation of the UPSC exam, he was pursuing so many books and YouTube channels and he was going to coaching to the UPSC exam and he got a call he applied for an UPSC exam. After that he cracked that UPSC exam. And then he got a call letter from UPSC department of the government and then he was intimated to all members. I got a call letter from UPSC and then all the persons are came to them, all persons are came to him and then Alex was appreciated by everyone. Thank you.
Friends, my story is about successful mountaineering. There were a group of friends who were all in the age group of 24 to 25. They were all planned for mountaineering they planned a trekking for every weekend or the day when they don't have work. So they have a practice in climbing the mountain. So the Arjun was also 24 years old, getting into that adventure and he could not miss that opportunity in his lifetime. So he supported and encouraged his friends to be in the part of that adventure and he also joined them at the last after recovering. So after that they were successful in completing that adventure. Thank you.
Friends, from the picture I have perceived mainly 7 characters, 5 or 6 of which are men and 1 is woman. So I have considered my main character to be named Ranju, a 24-year-old social service bachelor. So they have been, the 4 members of the friends have been asked to arrange a social service awareness about creating an awareness campaign about the growing diseases nearby the college locality. So with the help of a few specialist doctors in the airborne and waterborne diseases, with the help of the doctors, they arrange a social campaign at their college and invited all the locality members to arrange it so that they could create a better awareness about the diseases and how they could prevent this from affecting their lives and of the children as well as their elders. Thank you.
Friends, in this picture, I perceive that the background of the picture is a mountainous area with an open ground where Gopal is the main character with a neutral mood and the age of the character Gopal is 24. He is preparing for competitive exams and through this he planned to call his also friends and subordinates to the ground where he organized a small kitty party and also he gave them written exam coaching also where he tries to help people to learn more about competitive exams and he also helped them to learn about after hearing his knowledge and everything. A mother came with her 2 children to Gopal for having a small tuition like for their children. So while doing this, Gopal has an intention to conduct the classes in the open area to have a good ventilation amongst all the students. So it's like that. Thank you. Friends, from the given picture, I perceive there are 8 characters in the story. 5 are sitting around a desk in an enclosed area, probably a office room, and 3 are standing in the right hand side of the picture. 5 people who are sitting around the desk are neutral men who are discussing something, and 3 people are standing in the right hand side, out of which 1 is a female and 2 are male characters are in a neutral mode. So the main character is Surya in my story, who is a 25-year-old IT professional working in a well-established company. Surya was living in a big metropolitan city, and near the place where he lived, he saw a construction site where children as young as 10-year-old were helping their parents to carry heavy materials such as bricks and sand. So Surya thought that why didn't they go to school and get the basic education, which is the basic right of every child. So he went and inquired with the parents and got to know that the parents wanted the children to help them for the daily wages and did not want them to go to school. So Surya further told the importance of education and the benefits of education, which were for long term for them, and how they could change the future of their family. And Surya decided with the help of his friends to create a platform where students can come after their working, children can come after the Surya's working hours to his home, and where Surya can tutor them for free, providing basic education. And it went on to become a well-established NGO later on with a lot of students. Thank you.
Friends, in the
certain officials discussing about how to improve education status.
Yeah.
So they improve the education status once they get to know where the problem is. This is a great suggestion.
Okay. All right. Anyone Who is volunteering to give the group narration?
Can we?
Hey, ask your group. Your group should say.
Number 4, the narration. Yeah, we are ready.
We are ready.
Tell the story. Good afternoon, sir. We have come to the conclusion that in the story we have perceived a set of officials sitting around a round table to discuss upon the current prevailing educational systems in India and how it can be eradicated. They go to a village, inspect and formulate certain rules and regulations to give the chance to people who are deprived of education due to poverty. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Be quiet. We'll just come back and then we'll have the next batch coming. Okay? You are doing very well. But once the discussions started, you didn't take part much. Your effort was less. Your initiative drive was less. There was gaps in your talk. Your involvement was not there. Although the way you put it across, things were in order when you narrated the story, but while discussion stage you went down. Because of that, we couldn't place you at clear YY. We are DY. Okay? But notwithstanding, we have just pushed you to yes side. But a lot of scope is there for you to improve further. Okay? You need to participate more. Involvement has to be there. Try to help them to come to a common consensus. In that you didn't get involved at all. That will not do. Whenever you put across a point, it has to have some force behind it. That means, what are you intending to tell? That has to come out clearly with them. That was not there. The storyline was all right, content was all right, but the way you put it across was not all right. The flow has to be there in your talk. Okay, you got it? There is still a lot of scope to do it. We just pushed you through one D and one Y. Number 4. Okay. You are confident. Clarity is there in your talk. The way you put across things were all right. You did take part in the discussion. Your storyline was quite reasonably good. Brought out new technology and other things. That is how you are to bring in something new. You should be, the assessor should feel, yes, you are keeping yourself abreast with the latest, what is happening. Relatively useful to the relevance. Whatever story is there, storyline, accordingly it should be there. The content level of the story was quite reasonable. So we have no hesitation in putting you in Y. YY, both of us are YY. And moreover, you also took the initiative to give the group narration. That's why we give you Y. 5. Okay. Initials, again, like number 2, your narration of the story was reasonably all right, I thought. Then at the initial stage we thought we will make a good dent on this. But gradually you diminished. The quality of narration, quality of convincing ability was not there at all. It didn't make much of impact on that. Okay, when you identify the hero or whatever you are mentioning has to clearly come out. The methodology you used, that has to come out, which was not there. Okay, the content level is important because you are all qualified people. You are not only NDA candidates here. According to your perception, according to your experience, according to your maturity, your level, content level of the story also to go up. Got it? So we have to, again, like similar case, like number 2, D and Y, we have just pushed you to Y stage. Number 7. Okay. Again, same factor. is applicable to you? What happened to you? There was not much of participation. You were a little hesitant in your talk, very rhythmic in your talk when you are talking. That didn't make any impact at all. You had to take initiative, you had to drive home the point which you had thought of. Okay? But this effort is not good enough, because girls are, especially when they come highly motivated, they will always come out with lot of josh and enthusiasm, which was not there in you. You have to talk little more loudly, little more confidently. Okay? You got to create impact. Mild, soft talks will not do. When you are talking also, scan through, look at everyone and talk. And storyline was also moderate. So we have to give you at D. Y. Again, push through. Number 8. What happened to you today? I thought you will do well. In discussion stage, you did perform reasonably all right. Today, your performance was very, very weak. Narration also very mild, soft. There was no josh in your talk. Even discussion stage, there were gaps in your talk. What happened? You had already 3 PPDTs conducted earlier. You should have been coming forward and give the best of it. So you are there, but not good enough to clear the hump. So we kept it at D. Okay? Number 10. Your content level is very poor. Gaps in your talk. Narration was weak. Disjointed words when you are talking. You showed lack of confidence in you. Why? Such a huge personality. You got a very good personality, you can show it, which was not there at all. Lack of spirit, lack of josh into you. Okay? You got to be more positive vibe should be there, more confident. Take part boldly. Not that gaps in your talk. The fluency has to be maintained in your talk when you are convincing. It was not convincing at all. You started off a little bit and then kept quiet. Okay? That josh has to come. The way you put across things makes them to believe that what you are saying is correct. Let's have that storyline. That was not there. Okay? 14. Again, same problem. Flow was missing. Gaps were there in your talk. Your participation also was very limited. The later stage you started up, which was not good enough. Okay? Enter into the discussion earlier. Little more boldly, little more voice, increase your voice level. Modulation should be there in your talk. Then only it will be effective. Okay? Your involvement was less. The content level was not up to the mark. So we had to keep you at DD. Still 2 more chances are there. Practice it. How to narrate a story first. Then how to enter into the discussion. Involve yourself and give out your best. Okay? Mild, soft talk will not do in the SSB. Let me tell you this. Because most of them are repeaters will be there, or people who are with a lot of josh will be there. You have to push through. You have to make your presence felt. That is what is required. Keeping quiet is not an answer. There. That is why take care before you go. Keep your health properly. Sleep nicely one day before going. All these things you must do so that you go fresh and show your interest in that. Involve yourself. Show your grit and initiative. Create an impact on the group and the assessors. 44. You're confident, all right. You are using your hand also quite frequently. Why? You have to restrict your hand movements. You are getting involved, you try to moderate that. It's fine, that's okay. Storyline is okay. discussion also you did take part. So we gave you why. You are okay with us. There is not an issue. Okay. You got it? You people also heard it? Whatever we are talking? Next, we don't want that to repeat it again. What we are going to do is we'll give a break, 15 minutes. After that, that group comes and sits here. This group sits behind. And lastly, your doubts will be clarified. Okay? We'll have a break. Anything for you?
I'll take 2 minutes.
Please.
Firstly, you have to improve the content in your narration. Whereas only explaining that, without content, you are nothing. You need to tell us within this limited time that you have got that you are intelligent. You have some intelligence. And how can you do that? That can be done only when your story has got some substance. There is some depth in your thought process. There's a lot of content in whatever you are trying to say. So try to build up content in your narration, the storyline. I mean, you just describing the picture that you are seeing. It's not intelligence. You are supposed to show your imagination. That you have got a great imagination. That should come out. Just describing a process. Okay, I did this, thereafter I did this, I walked. It's mundane, just narration that you are doing. So each point that you convey should have some information worthwhile, which shows that you have a lot of ideas. Okay? So try to improve that content. Many of you, I think, did that. You are just like 7 are just telling about organizing an event. How to organize, what are those challenges, what are those steps in involving, that should have come out. Then I know you can organize an activity well. That is how you can improve the content of the story. Try to identify the protagonist or the hero of your story and make that person a dynamic person so that you project yourself. Through him you should be able to project your ideas. That's what it's all about. That protagonist that you identify, you should make him a brilliant guy, dynamic guy who has set out a goal for himself or herself and goes and achieves it. That is how you must try to build your story. Then your story will be much better, showing that energy level, enthusiasm to do something, the grasp, the knowledge, everything comes in. So that is what you must try to build in your character, that protagonist of your expression. If you don't do that, you will be just making him a normal, mundane guy which projects your personality. Okay, keep that. I think communication sir has always said, you need to be deliberate. You can't be running through. Many of you did that. I think he pointed it out also. You can't be too fast. Like 16, yeah. I think you are raising your hand, you have already seen it. And we also told you, sir also told you, maintain eye contact. But don't make it very deliberate or unnatural. That may not be very right. Try to make it natural as much as possible. It's a group activity, you are trying to involve the entire group, so it should look like that, and not as we are doing a mechanical action. To a certain extent, you raise your hand, you have that problem. Okay, keep that. Okay. No abrupt end. Ensure that there is a seamless end. The story should back up. Your protagonist should go and achieve whatever he has set out, and not that okay, finish what you did. गला खराब हो गया कल पाकिस्तानी बोलेगा कैप्टन साहब का गला खराब है इसलिए आज हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे. You want that to happen? You are here, you have got to do your best. There's no excuse. Simple as that. Neither your enemy is going to wait for you कि आज आपको ठीक होने दो उसके बाद हम जाएंगे. होगा? And no excuses. You are out, you are out there. If you are there, you are going to be the best. There's no second way about it. Okay. Okay. That's all I think I have to say.
Okay.